like after 1 month's break, and I'm quite excited about this. So recently, I think most of you all have heard about ChatGPT, and previously there was this big hoo-ha about AlphaCode, which also uses a GPT, or rather a large language model kind of thing, to solve competitive problems. So I was thinking, how well can this ChatGPT do it? So let's find out. So let's just try ChatGPT. And yeah, actually it's pretty cool. You can like ask it to do simple problems. So like maybe we just try out some simple problems first. Like, okay, let's just see whether you can see. Yep. So basically it does something like a next word kind of prediction to your prompts. Okay, that's the baseline GPT. So it's like if I were to ask it to like say it was warm and sunny, something, right? Then it's supposed to predict like day or something. So it does the next word prediction. Okay, over here, because it's trained in a question answer, so you have to give it some like prompts for that. So let's just try to regenerate this. Fill in the next word. So you need to give it some context. It of the following sentence. So okay, so this is something different, because like in the usual GPT you will be able to fill up this next word, but over here is like they ask you to not possible to completely accurately and follow this. Yeah, so I guess it could be able to do like a story, write a story with the following sentence as the start. Okay, so this is like the language generation capabilities. It like predicts the next word kind of thing. So let's see how well it does for like code. Okay, so I think I'm done with the story. So let's try to do code instead. Write a Python program that calculates the sum of the first x natural numbers, something like that. Yeah. So we can ask it to do it. Actually, I find the code generation abilities of this pretty powerful. Like, okay, so you can see that it actually prints out a range from 1 to x plus 1. So over here, it prints out like from 1 to 10. Okay, and we can just see whether this kind of works. Okay, so maybe let's just go to like CodinGame, or maybe we just code collab. Okay, let's go collab, and probably let's go a new notebook, and we just see whether this works. So this is basically to print out the first 10 natural numbers, okay, or x natural numbers. Here is 10, and here they even say print 55. So it's actually pretty impressive. So let's see whether this runs. I just copy and paste this on a like collab notebook, and we see whether it can like. So it's actually pretty strong, because it's been trained on a lot of like coding data. So like Stack Overflow and stuff, you can see that it already knows like what's the output for this. Okay, so we can say, suppose we want x as 50, what would be the output? So it's pretty good. Yep, it's like, wow, it got everything right. Okay, where is it? Okay, so it's quite like, at least for simple problems that I played around with, it's pretty good already. So over here it says 1275. So I mean, the only thing changed is that becomes 50. So let's just see whether this is, wow, it's correct. So it does work somewhat. Okay, let's try to make it a bit more difficult. Like we just say that, okay, now I want you to calculate the first x numbers with the following rule. If x is a multiple of 2, subtract. If the, okay, with the following rule. Okay, if the number is a multiple of 2, subtract it from the sum. If the number is a multiple of 3, add it to the sum. If the number is a multiple of 2 of both 2 and 3, multiply it to the sum. Okay, maybe we couldn't call it from the sum. Subtract it from the cumulative total. Okay, let's see whether it works. So this is totally self-defined, like I created it myself. So the first one is it does for 2 and 3, and then multiply by I, then if it's 2, subtract. If this one is a multiple of 3, you add. So that's really like it's kind of correct. Yeah, this is actually correct. So this is actually quite impressive because it actually does what we want it to do. Like, so like for the number 1, okay, so over here they start off at the number 2, okay, because like I don't know why it didn't start at 1. Okay, maybe because 1 is already here. If the number is 2, then you add, multiple of 2 is you add, multiple of 3 you subtract. If it's both multiple and 2 and 3, you multiply by this I. So yeah, and it already knows that you don't even need to like do the number 1, because like it starts off here at 1. Maybe it means starts at 1, then becomes here. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is pretty impressive already, but let's just try to do this. So let's go to community contributions. We're just gonna pick a random coding game problem. All right, a random problem that has not been seen before, and then we see how well like this ChatGPT solves it. So let's take a look. Okay, maybe we look at something with like a score, so it's like we know that it's more or less like okay, like number of days lived. So let's take a look. So this one is it's like coding game problems for this clash of code is meant to be simple and easy to solve. Like you should be able to solve it in like 5 minutes. So the amount of computation you need is actually minimal, but in order to solve it, you kind of need to understand what the question does first. So let's see what happens here. So what we will do is we will try to like copy and paste this one here. So this is calculate the number of days that have passed since the person's birth. Alright, so this one is about like first is the age and now it's the year. So the person, you assume it was born on what year? Okay, so if you need to calculate the number of days in previous years basically. Yeah. Alright, let's see whether this like is understandable. Okay, so let's delete this. Right. Goal. Okay, this is the goal. And then I'm just gonna copy and paste this input, output, constraints, and then I'll just copy and paste the input and output. Okay, and then let's just see whether it can generate the code. No, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, even knows. Okay, so this one obviously has some sample code, because over here, if you just look at this code alone, you will not be able to know like when is a leap year. So you need to really know, like, so apparently there's many programming problems to have a leap year, which means divisible by 4. Okay, but you exclude it. Okay, basically it's divisible by 4. Okay, but not divisible by 100 or divisible by 400. So the only exception to a year being a leap year that is divisible by 100 is that it needs to be also divisible by 400. So this is actually a definition of leap year that kind of like, you know, it's not even in the question. It's not even in the question I copied, like the number of days live. It's not even here. Like, how did they know this? This one is probably because like it probably already knows this because it has some sample banks of like what's a leap year, because like over like it's not even in the definition. Divisible by 4. Okay, but of course they never say that like for divide by 100 and then divide by 400. So it's like must be divided by 400, and for every 100 years, okay, it's only a leap year if it's divided by 400. So it's like pretty cool. Okay, I think this is the correct output already, because like it's either 366 if it's a leap year or 365 if it's not a leap year, and then you take the age times. Okay, so let's just see whether this works. Okay, we go over to the IDE here. Okay, let me see where's the IDE. Test in IDE. So actually, if like this ChatGPT is like that good at Clash of Code, you know, you can use it for a lot of applications, like mainly for code. I've tested it out on several code examples, and it has amazed me at how fast it generates the code. And yeah, I would definitely use it for code. Yeah, let's just see whether it works. Oh, okay, so because I copied the last part here. Okay. So yeah. So over here, the number of days that someone has. Okay, so let's see. Range 19. Okay, so over here, the person's birth year to the current year. Okay, so they did this wrongly. Okay, so it's almost there. It's almost there. But because the question was like a little vague, I wonder where they got the 1900 from. They got it from here, I think. They just assumed that that's here. So what should actually happen is that we actually define the year as the input. But what should actually happen is that we should actually use like year minus age over here. Or in fact, you just need to, yeah, year minus age, because like the person was 1 year old, you look until the year before. Okay, so let's see what's wrong with this. Year minus age, comma, year. Here you take the input of this. So 2020. Okay, so I need to minus 1 again. Yeah. Let's try. So over here, the answer is 367. So in this case, it should be like that. So, okay, it didn't fully solve it. I mean, like, but it's pretty close. The syntax is almost there. Okay, here, in fact, they did subtract the person's age in days from the total number of days. So, okay, is this needed? No, we don't need this. Actually, we don't need this. So it looks like, okay, it looks like there's some errors in the code here, and let's just see what I can do about it. Okay, for year minus age. Okay, over here 2020, we want it to be a leap year, because when he was born in 2020, it was a leap year already. So you need 367 days. So 366 days on January 1st. Okay, so you need to actually add 1. So you start with 1. Thank goodness. Yeah, if not, you could use this ChatGPT to solve the problem, right? So actually, I think this problem is not very well defined in the first place. But assume that the problem is well defined. Okay, assume that the problem is well defined. Okay, let's try to solve this problem ourselves. Okay, so yeah, you need to add 1 in the, so it's not 100% solved. All right, let's try to modify, okay, the ChatGPT output so that it can solve this problem. So the earlier code you provided is incorrect. Firstly, oops, oh, did I already type it in? he just did the code without even me explaining. So I guess it's not 100% accurate. I mean, it looks like it's correct, but I mean, it starts off here as 1900. Maybe what I can do is I can change the way the problem is phrased in order to get it to output correctly. So okay, since that person's birth, assume that person's birthday is on January 1st at the start of the current year. So like this one, person's age, here, okay, we can just add in some here. 367 is because there are 366 days in 2020, a leap year. We are given an explanation, and 1 day to the person's birthday on January 1st in 2021. Okay, let's see whether, like, if I add a description at the end, it can generate the proper program, because like the initial one almost solved it. I mean, I wouldn't say almost, but I have to change a bit. Like, you have to start with days 1. This one is all correct. I had to remove away this part here, but it solved everything more or less. Okay, so over here it still made the mistake. Okay, so it's so close. Okay, maybe it just doesn't do that well at dates. Okay, this one is also wrong. Okay, then this one, this else 365, the syntax looks wrong already. So okay, it looks like this problem has challenged it. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, coders are still needed. Oh my gosh, imagine if it can solve coding game problems. Oh, that will be so what do you call that? Yeah, then everyone will just be using ChatGPT for coding game, right? Yeah. Okay, let's try another like problem that it hasn't. Let's try this. How to reach Juliet. Okay, so okay, this problem is a bit weird in the phrasing. Like to say that, like, it's not very obvious, like you need to add 1 over here. Okay, how to reach Juliet. Okay, Romeo wants to launch a paper plane, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is a distance question. I think ChatGPT would have problems with this. Okay, but this has been rejected twice already. It's hard to be easily solved in 30 minutes. Okay, let us see. Okay, let us see. I wonder if GPT can solve this. Yeah, I mean, it's rejected, yes. It's hard to be solved in 15 minutes, but then like the answers are correct, right? This is about angles, heading and distance. So it's about vectors. Like, this is the length, and this heading is the angle, and this 9 is the length. So okay, let's see whether it works. I'm just gonna copy the whole thing now. Yeah. Delete this. Okay, let's just start a new chat. Okay, so that write me a program in Python to compute the following problem. Okay, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think we just keep it like that. Make it difficult for the AI. Okay, and then we give the input. I'm just going to copy and paste the whole thing. Input, blah blah, output, constraints. I wonder why they say it's hard to solve in 15 minutes. I mean, it's like, what are the inputs anyway? The inputs are N for number of headings and distances, H for heading, D for distance. Okay, so French 1's house, French 2 house, French 3 house. Okay. Using the heading and distances between friends, calculate the heading and distance from Romeo to Juliet's house. So this, oh, okay, I get the problem already. You need to basically heading and distance, then you plus this heading and distance. So you need to calculate like the original vector itself, and then you add up all the vectors, and this is the sum of all the vectors. So this is a problem about vector addition. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. Okay, let's just try to solve this problem. Okay, I'm very confident that GPT will get it wrong. Okay, but let's just see how it works. All right, here goes. I'm gonna like fall off my chair if this works, because like I don't think it works. it shouldn't work. Yeah, shouldn't work at all. Oh wow. Sounds like it might work, huh? Like, because like over here it already has dx and dy. Yeah, and then like you can then do like the a tangent of xy, because you sine angle dx dy like that. After that, you can then take the a tangent, which is the in order to find out the angle of the point, and then for the distance you can use Pythagoras theorem, x squared plus y squared. Oh, it does. Actually this looks correct. This actually looks correct. Impressive. This actually looks correct. So it might be because like vector arithmetic may be something quite common. Alright, let's just copy and paste this. Okay, test in IDE. Yeah, actually I don't think it's that difficult, this problem. Yeah, I don't know why people rejected it, but let's just see. Oh my, it's solved. Oh, it solved this question on the first try. Did you see that? Like, and people still said that, oh, it's so hard to solve in 15 minutes. You see, ChatGPT solved in 5 seconds. Yeah. All right, so I think this actually is a correct thing. Let's try something even. Yeah, actually I think this clash is okay lah. I think it's okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would approve this, because like, let's just approve it, since like, let me just approve this. Actually I did not code my own solution. I kind of use ChatGPT, but I mean, I would have done the same thing, because like you could just take whatever formulas that he provided here to calculate it, and then you can just sum it up, and then you can take the angle, and then Pythagoras theorem. This part is not obvious, okay, but this one, if you know some vector math, this is actually quite okay. So I think this question is pretty alright. Yeah. This is vector arithmetic, which can be useful for multiple problems. Okay, I just accepted it. Yeah, I think this problem is alright. Yeah, I think this problem is alright. I'm not too sure why they. Yeah, so okay, let's try something cool. Alright, can this be done in Ruby? I like to stream Clash of Code in Ruby, so like it's because it's short, and it's like extremely short. So let's see whether it can like help me translate this. So let's just go over to the Ruby IDE. So I mean, if I were to code this in Ruby, it will be like you need to do like tangent. I mean, you do this same thing in Ruby. Okay, let's just see what. Okay, it's not exactly the most efficient because you actually do need to like, how do I put it? You need to call this math dot sign math. Yeah, unless we can import the math as like m or something like that. Yeah, so because if not, if this is shortest code, it will be like, it will still take quite a lot of code length. I wonder if we can do code golf. Yeah, let's try to ask it to do code golf later. This is not the most efficient because actually, because of the way the input is structured, you can just do like gets dot dd. Is it gets dot dd? I can't remember. I haven't coded for a long time already. Yeah, Ruby gets dd. Get s to get all input. I have to go and like do a few clash of code to find out because I forgot what was the. I know Ruby has this way to like import everything, like using the dd method. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, so this actually still okay. Yeah, this just adds this dax and dy, but if you can do some form of mapping, you can actually map this input directly into this dx dy. Okay, and then you can just add up like as a tuple. Yeah, then you can straight away get like the final output. So let's just try it out to see whether it works in Ruby. Okay, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It managed just to solve this. So like, I wonder if you can like write out the shortest possible program to solve this in Ruby. It still probably wouldn't like win code golf, I guess, with this, but definitely the idea is there. I mean, the fact it could digest this entire code here and come out with a working solution is pretty amazing in itself already. Yeah, so it cannot do code golf. This GPT cannot do code golf, but it's close enough. It's close enough in order to generate the meaning. Okay, let's just do one more Clash of Code problem. All right, and then after that, we'll just try out some of the problems that that like the puzzles. Okay, because I think, okay, let's just try one of them. Like all right, we try this smallest Goldbach deviation. I really need to do more Clash of Code streams. I forgot how to do the input, getting the entire input using Ruby. I think it's getsdd or something. I need to go and clash with some people to find out. Okay, Goldbach conjecture. Every integer greater than 2, sum of 2 prime numbers. Find the 2 prime numbers given the number n is the sum of having the smallest deviation. Okay, so like here 7 plus 31, 19 plus 19. So over here, because 19 is a prime, so this is the answer. Okay, because 19 minus 19 is 0, bigger than 31 minus 7. So the difference between these two prime numbers is, this is the smallest, so we should print out 1919. So in order to solve this, first we need to do two things. The first thing we need to do is to code for primes. So you need to find out, like, you start with the number 2, and then after that you start with the number, you put 2 in your prime list, then you go 3, and then you loop through every odd number, and then you make sure that this odd number is the factors that it has is like only one in itself. Yeah, so that's how we do primes. Okay, so you need to code out the prime mechanism first, and then after that, then you do the check, like a for loop check, okay, to see like whether or not it satisfies this. So actually this is quite difficult for like, it requires like 2 or 3 steps to think about it, right? Okay, so we just copy the goal, okay, and then we copy the inputs and the constraints. Yeah, so one of the dangers with using this is that if you have no idea how to code, you are blindly copying your code, because sometimes it is wrong. So you need to have some background in coding already before using this. If not, you will probably not be able to debug. Yeah, so it can be dangerous technology, this one. Yeah, it could be dangerous technology, but it could be useful also. So yeah, this is difficult. You first need to write a program to code for primes. Then after that, you need to write a program to... Okay, so let me just show you the solution myself first. Okay, I code it before I look at the ChatGPT output. Okay, if not, you're gonna say that I'm just gonna use ChatGPT for the entire stream, but that's the purpose, right? Yeah. But right now, I'm just going to show you how this can be done. Okay, quite easily with this. So you take a number here. Okay, so what we do, we define a function is prime. Okay. Okay, we call it x. Okay. If x return 1, okay, or return true. Okay, if okay for I equals 0, for I in range, okay, I almost went back to C. For I in range 3 to math.square root x. Oh, I mean, you want to call it np. Why is this wrong? Oh, integer, because we cannot assign a float to the end of it. Okay, if I %2, okay, okay, if it can be divided by this factor, all right, then return false. Then in the end, if it cannot, then we can return true. In fact, we can even like increment this by 2, because we don't even need the even numbers to test for the factors. Okay, yeah, so that's how it works. So if the number itself can be divided by 2, okay, then we over here, okay, sorry, like that, 3, 5, 7, okay, we still need one more. If x %2, so this is the way to calculate like prime numbers. So this is how we do the primes. Then we take the input, okay, and then we start off with all the prime factorizations. Okay, so for I in range, so in order to find the minimum, what we do is we just start with n divided by 2. Okay, and then we go down to like 0, and then we loop downwards. Okay, we loop downwards because like if we start at the 0, the difference will definitely be the nearest. So we do this, and then we go downwards to 0. Okay, n over 2 cannot, so we do n divided by 2 like that. So if it's prime I, n is prime, okay, n minus I, if both are prime, okay, if both are prime, then print this out. Yeah, because we start from the middle already, so the difference is always going to be we don't even need a loop to compare, so we could just print this out. Print I, n minus I, or so we print out like in descending order. So over here, so I mean, I guess what we'll do is, because I will be smaller most of the time, so we can just print n minus I guess so, because this is a rounded now, right? So I might be bigger. Okay, I mean, if it's like 7, and then you start with n divided by 2, right, this one might be 3, so like this n minus I might be 4. So we want the smallest one first, no, smallest one at the end. I mean, not a biggie. I mean, we could just like, n plus 1, I guess. And so if it's 7, if this odd number, then this will start at 4. If this is an even number, this will start at the same number. Yeah, it will start at 4. And yeah, okay. So if this is an even number, this would be fine. Yeah. An odd number, this will be fine also. This would n minus 1, I will always be the bigger one. Okay, so you can see it's actually not easy to solve this, like so in fact, if we cannot solve anything, so it's like, so we need to print out outside of go bar if okay, if not solved. Okay, so this is my solution. Let's test it out. Yeah, see whether it works. Oh, okay, my solution failed. Okay, so over here is 31, 23, and I print out 29, 25. Oh, 25 is not a prime. Yeah. Okay, so there's obviously some issue with this multiple deviation that I coded out. This is 40. Oh no, this is 54. So over here, my prime number here might be wrong because I returned 25 as a prime. So 25 should not be a prime. Okay, so what this means is that I did not stop in time, because if let's say I do want to do the square root of the number, okay, I kind of need to make sure that the square root itself is also evaluated. So I need to add 1 here. So let's try again. Yeah, I need to do until the square root. So yeah, I need to make sure that, yeah, so it is a prime number issue. It's not the code issue. Be careful. Okay, so you can see this is also not easy because I also got it wrong. So let's take a look at the be careful part. 3, okay, 1 and 2. Okay, so the thing is, my prime number generation is wrong. So so we need to do something like that. Yeah, because 1 is not a prime number. So let's try out the entire test case again. So I made 2 errors here when I coded this. Okay, it wasn't easy to code because I'm a bit rusty the prime number thing. Haven't played Clash of Code in a long time. So yeah, over here outside of go bar again, what's wrong? 29 and 2 is a prime number, right? Oh, is it that? Why is it 29 is a prime, right? Hey, there's something wrong with this test case. Why is it outside of go bar? Is 2 is a prime, isn't it? Hey, there's something wrong with the last test case. This is correct. 29, 2 is correct. 29 is a prime, right? Let's check. 29 is a prime number, right? Yes, it is. I mean, of course, I shouldn't, but I mean, this is like how I would normally generate the primes, yeah? Okay, so this was my code. Okay, and you can see that I made one mistake here. When I did this, I forgot to do this like smaller than, and I forgot to do this. Both were regards to the prime generation, but the go bar conjecture was correct. Here I think the test case is wrong for this smallest go bar. I'm gonna like let them know later. Alright, so let's take a look at ChatGPT. So let's see its prime generation capabilities. Okay, less than 2, false, correct. 2 or 3 is true. If it's divisible by 2 or 3, return false. Okay, I mean, makes sense, but why do you do 3 also? So weird. Divisible by any number up to its square root. So start with W is, oh, what is this? If n, okay, so if it's divisible, return false. I plus equals to W. So I is at 5 already. I never seen this before. W equals to 6 minus W. W equals to 6 minus W. What's this? What's this? Oh, I never seen this prime generation thing before. Does it even work? I mean this is what I would do here. Yeah, this is what I would have coded here, but what is this? Well, I times I smaller equals to n percent I equals 0, return false. Okay, this one I understand. Yes, but why do you increment? Oh, okay, you increment by an okay, it's what I'm doing here. Increment by 2 because you don't need to care about the even numbers. But you start at 5. Interesting. So it already ruled out 4 because like it did the checks for 3 here as well. So I wonder whose code it copied here because it looks correct. Yeah, so you increment by W here, which is increment by 2 at first. Then W equals to 6 minus W means you increment by 4 again later. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. Like, is it you can increment I by 2, like 5 then 7. Then after that you can do 11. Yeah. I guess if you do like 5 plus 4, you might get you get a multiple of 3. Yeah, so every time you do a plus 4, you... Okay, now I'm just confused here. Like 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. I guess it's because if you do like for every time you add this number, so you get 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. So every time you get an odd number at the you get a number that is divisible by 3 at a certain factor, and we don't want to do a divisible by 3, so we can do this 6 minus W thing in order to like add 2 then add 4, so you skip the factor whereby this I would become a multiple of 3, something like that, because we already know that it has no multiple of 3. I mean, it might be more efficient. I mean, you do 40% of the computation, you do 66% of the computation rather than all the numbers because you remove away the factor of 3. Interesting. I didn't know that you could do primes this way. I mean, all along I've been doing primes this way. Yeah. Okay, this is, to be honest, this is new. This is okay. So it looks like the prime generation is correct. Okay, check whether n is even. Okay, if n percent, okay, so I know why the last one is... Okay, no, that's not the answer. But yeah, let's just take a look here. If n percent 2 print outside of go bar. Check if n is even and then you print outside. That's not correct, isn't it? Yeah, because if n is even doesn't mean that you cannot find factors. So this program is wrong already. Yeah. Oh, sorry. If n is odd outside of go bar, why is n odd means outside of go bar already? Because you still can get 2, right? Isn't it? Yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay. Check whether prime, then you check whether this b minus I is prime. Not bad. It can do this. Deviation is this, and then it's smaller than mean deviation. It does this. Not too bad. Not too bad, because it looks like it might solve it, but the go back part I think is wrong. So let's just try it out. Okay, where's my... Here. Okay, so oh, what a pity, it almost got it right. Okay, let's just change this for him. Okay, b is n minus I. And the mean deviation here is n, so it just checks whether or not it's a smaller deviation. Okay, so over here there's an overload. Okay, so you see a and b. Okay, B is this n minus I, which we don't want to store it. So we should actually store this as a separate variable like C, so that we don't override it at the top here. So if we do that, okay, the idea was almost right. Okay, so here 19, 17, 19. So A equals to I. Did we overload A again up here? Okay, here is wrong. Okay, here we need to do the absolute difference between I and B. So I can say that it's not that great. I mean, like, I had to edit quite a few, but the prime here I think is definitely, it looks correct to me. Yeah, I had to understand a bit of how they did this loop here, but I think this is an innovative way to skip some factors, because like you add 2, they add 4. Not, but over here, this part could use some work. Yeah, this interpret, but it's almost there already. The code is almost there. I think if you fine tune it a bit more on competitive programming problems, it might be actually able to one shot this problem. Okay, B is n minus I. These kind of problems are like the problem A for competitive programming. It's like the simplest ones. So should be able to solve it. Like B is n minus I. If it's prime B, okay, then we take I minus n minus I as the deviation. Actually, the deviation is just I minus n minus I. Hi Tonov, yeah. Okay, let's see what's wrong with this. If deviation is smaller than mean deviation, okay, update A with this number I, update C with this number n minus I, which is correct. All right, and then you put the mean deviation here, and then in the end you just print out A and C. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out why I got it wrong. Oh, because it's in descending order. Okay, it's not about the thing. Yeah, it's in descending order. So what we need to do is actually we need to store like a max and min here. So I mean, my code, I didn't have to do this because I did it in a smart way. So thankfully human brains are still smarter right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing fine, Tonov. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm just curious how good this GPT is for code. It's not too bad for elementary code. Okay, I managed to... Wait. How did you get the last test case correct? How? Why is the last test case correct though? The last test case is 31. Oh, I claim that every even integer. Oh man, I got this problem wrong. And GPT got it right. Every even integer, it's not even in this thing here. Okay, they never constrain that this must be even. So over here, the claim that I've gotten the last problem for this wrong in Clash of Code. I've gotten it wrong. I missed out this part. Every even number. So that's why they did this. So okay, so I'll rate this solution by ChatGPT as like maybe 8 out of 10. I mean, it got everything right. They got the prime right. It got this one right. It screwed up a bit of this middle part here. Yeah, screwed up a bit here. So like over here, I could just maybe tell it like the storage variables A and B are overwritten in the for loop and are not the right answers. Do the code again. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah. So people have told me that like this actually solves like computer software engineering interview questions, and it can actually pass the interview for a software engineer. This actually I think if ChatGPT were to be a commercial software, I wouldn't mind buying it, because actually I've tried, it could actually solve like quite a lot of my code. So okay, it still doesn't know this. Yeah, look at this, overwrites this. So it's not the best. Okay, so I think we are done with Clash of Code. I think the results are mixed. You can probably, get 50% solve rate, I guess, of Clash of Code. Okay, let's do the next thing now, which is okay, I was just joking. We can't use it to do the 4 challenge. I'll do another stream for 4 challenge, but definitely not using ChatGPT. I don't think it can solve the 4 challenge. I'm sorry if y'all think the technology is that advanced. Nope, it cannot solve it. Okay, it's too. I mean, I just show you. Okay, so like this. Jack and Jill are playing a game of NIM, whereby there are n matchsticks, and each player takes turns to remove an integer number of matchsticks from 1 to k. Okay, so this is a typical AI problem where you need to solve. Okay, so like write a Python program. Okay, so the player play takes turns sequentially across the 2 players, and the player to remove the last matchstick loses. Write a Python program to play this game in the best possible way. Input number of matchsticks remaining n, and the integer and the maximum number of matchsticks to be removed k. Output value okay, let's see whether it can solve it. Where's my okay, so actually it solved it. It solved it. Okay, so maybe NIM is a bad example because like maybe someone has coded a game of NIM before. It's like, so you indeed need to do this modulo thing. Yeah. Okay, so it has proven me wrong. Okay, maybe NIM is too simple. Let's try something different. Okay, so like I mean something that will require a bit of like search. So like maybe like you are playing a game where you need to okay, so very simple, like maybe this is given input, print out the board state for the best chance of winning given that you are O. Okay, so maybe the input will be O. I'll be very impressed if it can solve this though. Yeah. Pieces, because this is like this dash will be unfilled. Okay, I wonder if it can solve this because tic-tac-toe is quite famous. So I wonder if it can solve. So the output will be like something like that, yeah. Yeah, and not too bad. I mean, it's checking whether it can like win in all the columns of tic-tac-toe. If there's no winning move field, okay, so you can see that this is a very simple problem like that. it doesn't really do like search. Okay, can you add in Monte Carlo tree search into your algorithm? Holy crap. Don't tell me you can do it. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't do it correctly. Oh man. I'll be like, wow, actually, okay, but Monte Carlo's research, to be fair, there's a lot of training examples of this online, like, okay, thank goodness, it only, like, okay, maybe it's just explaining based on, like, something that, yes, remember, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's like, it would pass a CS module on this, I think, yeah. But what about all these implementations? Are they gonna do it for me? Oh, I'm Tito, sorry, I saw your message. Tower of Hanoi? Yeah, let's ask ChatGPT to solve Tower of Hanoi. I mean, these are standard games, yeah, so maybe it can solve it. Yeah. Now I'm very tempted. Can it solve the 4 challenge? Oh gosh! Imagine if you can use ChatGPT to solve the 4 challenge. Oh my goodness. I hope you can't, because like that will spell the end of like AI challenges if an AI can solve the AI challenge. That we might have reached like the singularity, you see? Yeah. I doubt it. I personally doubt it, yeah. Okay, so you can see that it has done this, and then I mean, it seems correct, but it's lacking a lot of the of like of all this like stuff. So okay, so let's yeah, let's not use this to solve the 4 challenge. I don't really want to see it. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think it can solve, but let's just try to like maybe, because Clash of Code it was okay. Let's try an easy puzzle. Let's go to a CodinGame easy puzzle and we see whether ChatGPT can actually like solve it. I don't know. Let's just take a look. Yeah, but pretty insane. Just now this one almost solved the question. Yeah, I mean I got two parts of the question wrong. Had to edit a bit. Okay, but the problem is if you were to use this, you probably wouldn't know that there's an error here and there's an error here. Like this one still needs some like people who actually know how to do programming to solve it. Yeah, so programmers still have a job. Thank goodness. Oh, okay. Let's try one. I don't know. Okay. Telephone numbers, maybe. Yeah. Solve it. Oh, actually, my progress is 0 for this. Oh, is it? Okay, let's look at the question first. Joining the Droid smartphone development team, we have been given the responsibility of blah blah blah. 2 points in particular: intelligent assistance for entering numbers. Okay. First digits we have common should not be duplicated in the memory. Okay. Phone number. Okay. And then number of elements in the structure. Okay, I actually don't understand the question. So let's take a look at what this question is trying to ask us to do. Okay, by joining the iDroid, you have been given the, okay, there are 2 points in particular: intelligent assistance. So it's like 041. You need to store this. Number storage optimization. Display the number of items, which are numbers required to store a list of telephone numbers with the structure displayed above like this: 041. So if there's repeat, you can just put into a branch. Okay, so that's the idea. So it's like you find the maximum like sets, and then you Okay, so maximum length L 0 to 9 included. Then over here, because it's the first number, so it's 10. Here there's no repeat, so it's 10. Here there's repeat, so it's 10. Yeah, so basically if there's a repeat in the structure of any number in your list, we can just take the maximum length of your this repeats and we can just do it. Okay, so let's try to code this out myself first. Alright, so first up, we need to have a stored numbers. Okay, we have a list of stored numbers, and then like basically we just need to match. So like over here. Okay, so we have the telephone number of the current input. So what we'll do is we will just go through the telephone number, and then we see whether it like matches or not in the structure. So if like telephone, okay, so I guess since what's my N and my L? My L is 20, right? I think 10,000 times 20 went over the code limit, so I think it's okay. So for J in range length telephone, okay, if okay, so we need to sort of like see whether that number appears in the list. So what I will do is I will store the number, because we need to, if this one plus telephone up to J in stored numbers. Okay, so basically it's like if there is already a prefix, then add only the non-matching parts. So maybe what I will need to do is I need to do backwards. Okay, so like that. Then basically what we need to do is start. We need to add in like total length. So the easy puzzles for CodinGame can be quite challenging already. So the total length here might be 0. So here total length plus equals to J. No, it's actually not J, because J is the, sorry, it's this is the total number of prefix that matches any of the previous stored numbers. So what we do is like that. Length telephone minus J. Alright, and then we break, or we can actually put like, yeah, we break out the for loop, and then we just put the stored numbers dot append. We append this thing with a dash, okay, so that we know it's a start. I guess regex would work also. Yeah, we probably need to make this a string, because like, okay, so actually this input here is a string already, so it's okay. Yeah, I didn't convert this to integer, so it's fine. And then what we do is we just print out total length. Okay, let's see whether it works. Okay, so prints out 0. So okay, I forgot to add in a special case. Okay, so if over here we'll need to put like found equals to true. Okay, if not found, if there is no storage, add in the whole number. If not found, then total length plus equals to the entire length of the telephone. Oh, actually I could do it in an easier way, like that. We could do it like that. Okay, so if we find something, we just minus away whatever we found. Okay, so I think that should work. So over here, there's one more part that I miss out. The numbers corresponding to first digits will be Here 0, 1, 2, 3. I appended 4. Okay, so it means that, but this should already appear in the stored numbers. So what should happen is I should already minus away this j, right? I returned 14. So sorry, you are seeing me code here. I just want to find out how difficult it is to solve it. So like I already have this number and I have this number. I hope you all can see what I'm showing here. So I already have this number here and I have this number over here. So like I actually think that this should already appear in this. So this part should be true and I should already minus off this one here. So not sure why the answer is still 14. Print total length maybe. Yeah, let's just take a look at debug. So it starts with 10 here and then we have 14 over here. So apparently this part is not linked. So this thing is not in stored numbers 0, 1, 2, 3. So we can just print like it's 0, 1, 2, 3 in stored numbers. It's true over here. So but it was false at the first one. So it means that this 0, 1, 2, 3 is not so instead of just saying that this must be in the stored numbers, you also need to check whether this, okay, plus like what. So we need to ignore whatever that has come earlier. So I understand where I got wrong already. So like it's not just checking whether this is in the numbers or not. We need to see whether this is a prefix of any of the numbers. So like that. So it's going to be very long. Okay, if this, so we just need to check whether it matches. Okay, so actually I don't need this initial part already. Okay, because I can just use this, okay, to check for that one. And okay, and then here like if solve, we break here, so we need to do a double break. So like okay, let's try again. So this is a little inefficient. There's a double for loop here. We may have a runtime error. Oh no, we did have a runtime error. So this is an easy puzzle, by the way. So an easy puzzle, but has time constraints because of this thing over here. Like it's not able to do this like very naive like for loop storing. So like I guess if we probably need to store it in a set. So probably because I saw that the answer needs sets, so you probably need to find out strings whether share prefix. Oh, check if one string is yeah. So let's just try this out. Starts with I don't think this is fast enough actually. Yeah, so if we look at like sets, okay, a Python set, yeah, we probably need a way to do this So in competitive programming, it'll be difficult because there's runtime problems. Yeah, you can't just solve like whatever you did like over here. So here, at least for the most part of it, this kind of works. Yeah, but if we want to like use like prefix, okay, anyway, I'm pretty sure in order to solve it, you need some form of smart way to like deduce whether or not like a particular chain has already been given to you. So let's just see whether, you know, I can just because the thing is in words, so let's just see whether it can work. Okay, blah blah, the goal is this. Okay, the problem is I cannot give it images to the thing, so I think we can omit the first point because it's not relevant to the question at all. Yeah, let me just write this out in my own words, okay? Because like there's this little chart to guide you, but there's no chart to guide the AI. Okay, you are to store the phone numbers such that numbers that are already present as a prefix to the existing numbers need not be stored in order to save space. Okay, so I give it okay, so input is this, examples will be this, let's give it the second example. Alright, okay, let's see whether this works. Yeah, so you can see how difficult it was for me to solve it already. Okay, let's see whether it works for this. Wow, it's instant. Wow. Okay, let's see whether I typed it correctly. For C in number, prefix plus equals to C, prefix in yeah, I think this is wrong because this the prefix itself is not reflected correctly. Like over here, we only sum up this prefix, which is oh wow, we at least solved the first two questions. Okay, so yeah, like over here because over here it only stores the prefixes, so I think I need to change the constraint to this thing. Yeah, let's change the thing again. Maybe I did not give it the right thing. You store the numbers such that the oops, where did I put that? you have to store the whole numbers so that the storage space needed is as little as possible. As such, digits that are already present as a prefix to the existing stored numbers should not be stored, and only those parts that are not the same as the prefix should be stored. Okay, I'll just rephrase what I wrote here, and then let's see whether ChatGPT can solve it. Yeah, this is pretty interesting actually. Yeah, okay, so yeah, yes, we need the suffix. But why do they only store the prefix inside here? You also need to store the... So it's wrong. It's wrong because like you still need to like cater for the smallest, like you need to maximize your prefix. You cannot just do it like that. Yeah. So this one will also come out with a runtime error. So it means that okay, maybe if I give it like this as the input, it can understand, I guess. Yeah. You need to make sure not just the prefix is stored in memory, but the entire number as well. Alright, let's see whether it works. Now it's the numbers, so at least it remembers that. Yeah. So why did it put like numbers suffix equals to true? I mean, like it doesn't need to do that, right? It could just store the entire number, but instead it chooses to do a dictionary based method. Yeah, so over here we do for each of the number, we add a C. If this is in numbers, then we break. Okay, basically it's just it should be the other way around actually. It should check whether, so this will be wrong actually, because like if this is in numbers, yeah, this wouldn't solve the question. So for the question for telephone numbers, okay, maybe it's a difficult question because like you need to use some sets to solve the last one. Okay, I solved all except the last one. Oh, this is medium. Oh, okay, this is a medium question. Okay, it's not an easy question. I was thinking we should do the easy questions. Okay, so maybe let's find an easy question for ChatGPT. But I would say that it's pretty impressive already. It's like almost there. Okay, let's try an easy question. So classic puzzles, easy. 1D spreadsheet. You are given a 1D spreadsheet. You have to solve the formulae, and so it's like value 3 blah at 0 4. So okay, so why is there a dollar? Dollar means is interpreted as a reference equal to the value of the cell by that reference 0 index. So alright, how do I know the value of the cell that's 0 index? Where's the memory stored anyway? So like, is this like that? 3 dash, why is there a dash though? Like, oh, okay, so the arc2 is not needed actually. Yeah, so this is only needed if you are using C++. Yeah, this is actually not needed. So value 3, then you add the previous value. Okay, and then you can subtract. Oh, okay, I know why it's called 1D spreadsheet already. Okay, because like, okay, let's just try to solve this myself first, okay? So 1D because there's only like, so like over here you need to have a memory, so memory equals this. Okay, so like this. First you add, okay, if okay, so now we can do it here actually. Okay, so if operation, if it's value, then up1 equals to int up. Memory dot append. Yep. You just need to do that because if operation is add, okay, then what we do is, okay, we need to add the two of them. Okay, if up1 equals to, so actually what we can do is like that. Okay, if up1 is $, then what we do is up1 equals to the memory at that position. Yeah. Else. Yeah. So we can just do this for up1 and up2. So it's either you reference the memory or you. And they said that there will be no cyclic references, right? So it means that you can actually reference something that is after itself. Okay, so you need to cater for that as well. So okay, what we need to do is we need to probably pass through this entire thing. This is easy. Oh wow, this is actually not easy, because you cannot do this in a for loop kind of thing. You need to actually jump forward in time, look at that cell, evaluate that cell, and then move on. Yeah, so it's not exactly that easy, right? This is an did I read wrongly? This is an easy problem. This requires pointers, like if you want to do this is easy, but the success rate is smaller than the medium problem. This is easy. Okay, all right, I'm revising my, oh no, my code is gone. Oh no, I need to write out again. Okay, so I know how to solve this question. Okay, this actually I don't think the runtime is as bad as the previous one. Okay, but what we will do is like this. Okay, we need to actually figure out whether or not you need to reference the cell or not. So you kind of need to reference the cell, and then the thing is the cell itself might reference another cell. So you need to like remember like all these operations. So in the end you need to like do all of this like that. But the thing is, because there's no cyclic representations, you can actually like loop through this n times, and n is only 100, so you can just loop through this double n times. Okay, so what we can do is we can just store this in the database first. Okay, and we also can store in a memory. Okay, so we have a database that stores, okay, this operation up1, up2. Okay, so maybe you can call this cycle, and then we can like for I in range this one. Okay, so because it's non-cyclic, we can assure that you just loop through 100 times or loop through n times. You can refer to all the cells already. So what we do is we already have our database. Okay, we first store everything in the database. Okay, so if this is a $sign, then you need to worry about it. Okay, so like that. All right, so okay, maybe we have like we need to check whether something is in memory also. So it's like that. If so, we do like maybe the value add, subtract, multiply first. So if operation equals to value, then memory I equals to int up1. Okay, else if, so this one is just to say if we can already get the value out. Okay, so then if not, we can just do like that. Sorry, up 0 not equals to a $sign, and up 1 yeah, if we could like do something like that, like that means if you don't really need to reference anything else, or it is already in memory. Actually, we can just do it over here. Yeah. Maybe we do it in the cycle. Yeah. Okay. Else if okay, so we just need to make sure that like if argument is in memory, retrieve it. Okay, so it's like that. And if up 1, okay, so here we kind of need to like retrieve operation up 1 up 2 equals to database I. Okay, because we store this in the database already. So yeah, so what we can do is like that, and and int of this is in memory. Okay, then we retrieve it. Then we just say that up 1 equals to memory I. Okay. Okay, like that. Else continue. Yeah, because we don't want to evaluate this if we haven't already got this in memory. Then we need to do this for up to. So you can see it's actually not easy at all, because like you kind of need to like do all this and then like now evaluate the other expressions. Okay. Like we can do all of this if operation is value, then what we can do is we can do like memory I equals to int up 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I can just do this. Same thing for here. Okay, then after that we over here what we can do is we can just store them in memory. Okay, equals to up 1, else if operation is add, then what we can do is memory equals to up 1 plus up 2, else if operation is sub, if it's multiply, then memory I equals to this is difficult. Yeah. It's difficult already. Look at the code, how long this is. So what we'll do is then we print out. Okay, let's try it. End of line on line 42. Did I miss out something? Oh. List dependency on line 12. Oh, okay, I need to append with a bracket here. Okay, so let's see whether like this kind of works. This is an easy puzzle, by the way, easy puzzle. Key error 1 on 21. Oh. Okay, unsupported operand plus for int and string. Why is there a string though? Because I already have this else over here, right? Okay, I need to put this as an int then. Okay, no problem. I mean, I'll just like make this an int. So this is the edge case. The accounting is hard is the edge case. Yeah, I wonder if it will time out. Yeah, if it times out, I really... Yeah, CodinGame always gives me this thing because like always the last case is like very borderline, especially if you're using Python. That's kind of tough. Okay, let's submit this. I mean, since I coded it out, let's just see whether it works. So yeah, while... Oh, okay, great. Alright. So I solved this question. This is actually an easy question, but it's actually not that easy, I feel. Let's see whether ChatGPT can solve it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just copy the whole thing. Write Python code to solve the following problem. It's actually not bad, if you ask me. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like arbitrarily giving it like input output and it can come out the code, which is remarkable. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that took me 15 minutes to solve this. So let's see whether this works. Wow, okay. Actually pretty decent. It's just that it didn't take into account the forward dependencies. So let's see whether this works. This is the solution by ChatGPT. Oh wow, did it solve everything? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, it didn't solve everything. Like, yeah. But oh, it's not too bad. It solved like most of it. That's pretty impressive actually. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. In your above code, we are unable to do memory lookup of cells that are in the future. You rewrite the code so that we can do such referencing. At least it does the operation values correctly. That's actually very impressive already. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it can solve easy questions pretty decently. I think it is really quite powerful. Yeah, if you ask me, it's super powerful. You can solve this question, is really very good already. So let's just take a look at this. Arc2 is none, not yet known, evaluate the cell later. Okay, none. Keep looping until all cells are evaluated. If none is in value, oh, this actually looks like it might solve the problem. That values is none. Okay, let's just copy and paste this. It stops somewhere. So keep looping until all cells are evaluated. So it got stuck in a while loop. Yeah, here they do input. So it's not right. Yeah. So in this kind of complex dependencies thing, it's still not able to solve it. Okay, that is definitely not going to work. So this is so an easy problem. Okay, this is not exactly that easy. Okay, it's not really able to solve this problem. Okay, let's just try one last one. You know what? Let's just go to Google Kickstart and just pick one of their problems there and then just ask it to solve it. So see 2021 scoreboards, round H, and then we just pick like the problem one, transform the string. Okay, I wonder if we can solve this. Yeah, so we can just put like input and output. This is actually very difficult. I coded this once before. It took me like one whole day to code this because this string transformation is not easy. Yeah, so let's just copy and paste this. Okay, let's just give it everything that the problem has. Okay, just to be fair to it, because like the human can see all of this also. Okay, let's run this. So this is the string s, which is paired up, and you need to find the operation such that minimum number of operations such that one of the characters is a string f. Oh no, this is different from what I had. Yeah, so you can only shift like a b c d a, all should be converted to a. So yeah, p go to p, so you need to shift it to p. This one pqrst, you have three strings abd, aab, and this one. So the first letters of s should be converted. Oh sorry, pqrst goes to sorry, what's the first number again? The first number is number of test cases, and then each line is string S and string F. So PQRST should go to O and U. So yeah, it's either going to letter O or go to U. This ABD is 0, and this should go to A, C, E, or G. So you just need to convert this B to A. I'll be very impressed, if you can just like solve this. Okay, let's run test mode. We just run this file here. Run test. So you can see that I think this is more or less correct though. Yeah, this looks correct to me. Yeah. $301. Okay, so it's almost there. It's 901. So there's still some work to do there, but it's okay. One thing it didn't do is that it didn't check all the possible letters of F. So over here it's 3. Yeah, it did not check whether O or U is closer to it. Yeah, over here it just checking the ordinal values. Position of the over here it check the position of the letter in F, which is wrong. Okay, we don't really want this. If the letter is not in F, then find the position of the preceding letter in F, and then of the following letter in F, and the number of operations needed to reach. So over here the find here is wrong. It's using the position over here, so that is not correct. So you kind of need to not be this index position, but it's in P to O, basically how many letters difference away. So instead of doing this position, actually what it should be done is it should take the ordinal value. Well, good to know that. So it's not good enough to solve Kickstart problems, thankfully. Yeah, so I mean, it'll be quite hard to believe if, let's say, you can actually solve this. Let's try the other one, the painter question. So let's just copy and paste this again. Let's copy and paste this inside here. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll copy and paste the input and output. Example input and the output. So if it can get this example right, okay, that will be quite amazing already. So for simple kind of problems, it can do it, but for more complicated ones, at the moment, not yet. So let's try this. Uh-oh, an error occurred. Oh, okay. Why is there an error though? Maybe it's the word problem. Okay, maybe I think that's time to end the chat here. So maybe OpenAI doesn't really, I'm not too sure whether it's for this one or what. Maybe I've been blocked because I've been using ChatGPT for quite some time. So maybe let's just write Yeah, so it's not a problem with that. It's a problem with the OpenAI side. And yeah, so I think that's a good time to end this. Okay, so it means that like for competitive programming, this ChatGPT is not good enough yet, but it does have like pretty good performance on certain problems, on Clash of Code, certain simple problems, some puzzles, not all. It definitely cannot solve the easy puzzle just now. It still needed quite a bit of prompting. But overall, if the problem you want to solve is pretty standard, definitely I think ChatGPT can actually solve it. And that itself is pretty impressive already. And yeah, so anyway, that's all for the stream today. And see ya. Bye bye.